Cephala. Welcome back to the Hermes Messenger. I'm here with fellow reporter Jaxilus Wampulus to bring you the news and happenings of your great Roman Empire.
Breaking news is happening as we speak. Octavius has finally taken the Egyptian city of Alexandria. After a difficult march, we go to our reporter at large, Julius Veneris, for more information. Thanks, Jaculus. As we know, despite heavy desertions, Mark Antony's army managed to repel our Roman legions after their first attack. But Octavian's incredible military mind engineered the perfect assault to take down the Egyptian capital. This morning, while mist still hung heavy in the reeds, Octavian's army came into sight of Alexandria from east and west, caught him in that crossfire. After marching for several years, in a battle few will soon forget, Alexandria opened its gates without resistance. As you can see, gates are still open. It's a mess in there. Soon after the city fell, Mark Antony's fleet deserted him. This conquest marks the end of the expansion headed by Croesus the Younger and Caesar Octavian. Both sides suffered heavy losses. This reporter hopes it will be the last for a long, long time. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Julius. Our headlines for today. After the defeat and subsequent desertion of the armies at Alexandria this morning, the ex-consul, venerated legion commander, and recent traitor Mark Antony has committed suicide. In an incredible twist of fate, his concubine Cleopatra, Queen of Egypt, who bore Julius Caesar, his eldest son, committed suicide as well. What does this mean for Cleopatra's children still living in Rome? What does this mean for the future of Egypt? Let's consult our resident oracle, Pomponia.
The Cleopatra's sons remain young and strong. Their time on earth will not be long. A jealous Octavius takes their heads, rules their kingdom, and makes their Nile run red.
Words of encouragement from our oracle. It sounds like Octavius is going to annex Egypt in order to control its huge natural resources. So get those travel papers ready. Maybe you'll be able to visit the Jewel of the Nile in months to come. Let's go to the weather. The gods will remind us of their presence today with a small thunderstorm in the afternoon. As you can see, they see fit to do this a lot in the summer months. For the morning and late afternoon, expect warm, sunny skies. We would also like to issue an orange warning to all the citizens of the port city of Panasopolis. The sea levels have continued to rise, and many homes are becoming uninhabitable due to flooding. This station is urging residents of Panasopolis to increase their tributes to Neptune in the hopes he will stop this destruction. That's your weather for today from the Hermes Messenger.
Sounds like a great day to stroll around in our beautiful city. And what better way to do it than by strolling in some genuine Oriental silk? Because of the rash of bandit attacks on the Great Silk Route of late, silk has increased from 3,000 drachmas per meter to 4,250 drachmas per meter. Bad news to anyone hoping to buy their favorite concubine a new toga for the upcoming celebrations. While the price of silk is increasing, we can expect a decrease in the price of most foodstuffs because of the recent conquest of Egypt. The soldiers who were fighting will need less of your taxes, so you'll have more drachmas to spend on those expensive delicacies, which will come pouring in from the Jewel of the Nile.
Silk, worn by emperors from the far Oriental to our own incredible Rome. Worn by beautiful maidens in Greece and Sicily. Worn by those who deserve only the best in life. Are you one of them? Visit Argus Balunius for the finest silk in Rome.
We're excited to bring you the latest news on our summer chariot extravaganza. Dioculus and Virgil have won the Southern Region tournaments and will advance to the final round right here in your very own Colosseum. Meeting them for the first battle of the final race will be last year's champions from the north, Haggis and Shonel. The winner of that race will move on to the penultimate round where they will battle someone who, up until now, has remained anonymous. Well, your friends here at the Hermes Messenger always have the inside scoop. We are excited to announce that the great military commander and consul member Caesar Octavius will be challenging the winner of this race for the cup and title. I have with me now reigning champion Haggis of the North. Hello, Haggis. So, how do you feel about going up against such a great man like Octavius?
Well, we'll try our best, God's willing.
Some deep insight from the racetrack. Thanks, Haggis.
With the recent sack of Alexandria, I'm sure many of you will be wanting to know exactly what was going on underneath the famed Egyptian sun. Lucky for you, we have an official Egyptologist, the first of her kind, in fact, on the show today. Welcome, Priska.
Thank you so much, Jaxilith. I'm excited to be here.
Well, Priska, it looks like you have some very interesting things to show us.
I do indeed, Jaxilith. I have with me real examples of what the most fashionable women are wearing in Alexandria right now. And as a bonus, a sneak peek into exactly what it's like inside an Alexandrian home.
It can't be very different from our own styles, can it, Priska?
I'll show you just how different it is. First of all, women are decked out in all sorts of colorful jewels like lapis lazuli and gold filigree. Those resources are much easier to come by in Alexandria, but fear not, fashionistas. I have no doubt that the trade stalls in Rome will soon be carrying the finest Egyptian jewelry. Secondly, both men and women are very careful about their appearances. While here in Rome we rely on the cleanliness of our weekly soak in the bathhouse, a high-class Alexandrite will bathe once daily and wear the cone of scented wax to help them remain fresh in the sweltering sun.
Sounds like a good idea, especially for some of those filibustering orators in the Centurate Assembly, whom seem never to have time to bathe.
You can say that again. Well, let's take a peek inside some of those great houses.
Thanks so much, Priska, for all you citizens looking to get a head start of the hottest trends in Alexandria. Those are our tips from the Hermes Messenger.
Here are some of the houses. This one is what a typical Roman house looks like. We have your outside garden with the small rooms around the sides and the large open dining space with the bedrooms and the reception room off of that. As you can see, this is a very open plan house, and I'm sure all of you know this is the typical Roman house. Whereas in Alexandria, we have a much different house. The rooms are typically on the second floor. As you can see, there's a staircase to get up to them, and it's a much more closed floor plan. You have the main hall with the bedrooms and the bathrooms further in the back, which allows for a lot more privacy. And you have a much larger complex as well. There's pens for the cattle. There's also grain that the family has on hand, and there's also a much larger place for the servants' quarters. In addition, each Alexandrite house has its own private chapel.
As usual, we'll end our broadcast with a letter we received from the citizens. Today's first letter was sent to us by a vigilist of East Dominican Lane. This is the letter we shall read. Dear sirs and madams of the Hermes Messenger, I write to you in the hopes my opinions will reach a wider audience. I wish to speak out against this ridiculous increase of taxation for something the collectors are calling social welfare. What is social welfare, you may be asking yourself? Well, it appears to be a program where citizens, and even sometimes non-citizens, can receive foodstuffs and shelter for free. What kind of empire are we going to end up as if we give handouts to every Thomas, Ricardus, and Harriet? I urge this station to take action against this needless taxation. Sincerely yours, Virgilus. This is Jaguars here. Well, Virgilus, it seems to me as though you can afford to give a little for the public welfare, since the most recent reformed welfare has been to begin taxing the highest percentile of citizens as well as the rest of the population. Best wishes.
Our next letter is from Persephone of the High Court Thoroughfare. This is the letter we will be reading. Dear Hermes Messenger, I'm writing to express my absolute pleasure with the recent completion of the final installment of the road into Gaul and Gibraltar. As a citizen and traveler, having functional infrastructure is both a gift and a necessity. Not only will this completed road make traveling for pleasure more easy and affordable, it will lessen the amount of time it takes traders and travelers, and armies will have an easier time getting from place to place. Praise Trajan and the gods for starting and finishing the building programs that were instigated over the past several decades. Sincerely, Persephone.
Thanks so much to those citizens for writing in. We hope to hear from more of you tomorrow. please send your letter care to the official Hermes Messenger, who can be found in the southwest corner of the Agora from noon till sundown.
Thanks for watching today's Hermes Messenger. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the latest on the new art movement from Pompeii, the weather, and the latest in business trends. Finally, a word from our sponsor, Marcus Crassus the Younger.
This is Jaxius Wampulus signing off. Stay classy, Rome.
When Rome was cowering under the threat of Mark Antony's dismal betrayal and the cloud of invasion, who was there to engineer the perfect strike and show Octavian exactly where and when to lead the Roman legions? Marcus Crassus the Younger, who carried on the tradition of Pax Romana and forced reluctant members of the Senate to fund public feasts to honor the gods. Marcus Crassus the Younger!
Marcus Crassus the Younger is the face of Rome. Elect him to the Senate this November and see Rome achieve heights you never dreamed possible.